Rose, and today we're going to be a video about matter, and this channel is called Learn with Landon. First of all, what is matter? So basically matter is, to put it in a good perspective, everything you touch, eat, drink, and everything in the entire universe. Even lightning, suns, even like dragons or books, like very basic things. Even my dog Trixie, she's over there, you can't see her. But everything you can imagine, even yourself. So I know you're like, hey, dragons aren't real. Yeah, I know that. It's just like hypothetically. I have a big brain. Yeah, I have a big brain. Matter is made out of atoms, but first of all, what is atoms? We talked about that matter is made out of atoms, but atoms, even in a tiny grain of sand, you know how like they're super tiny? They're made out of trillions of them. In the middle of an atom, it's called a nucleus. In the nucleus, there are protons and neutrons. A proton has a positive charge, and a neutron has no charge. Outside the nucleus, there are electrons. Wait, are they? Oh, yeah. That's the name. Yeah. I'm a smart bullet. Electrons have negative charge. You know the neutrons and protons are like in the nucleus, but where are the electrons? Are they just floating in space like this? Nah, they're not floating in space, but they're not like being a little maniacs. There's something called shells. You can remember them like shells on the beach. And they're basically a circle, and they're literally on the shell, which is basically a circle to make it perspective. Right? Yeah, I'm smiling. Yep. I did it. So we're gonna go back to the shells because the more shells there are, the more electrons they can hold. For example, the one shell can honestly just contain 2, and then like the second shell can contain like 8 a lot, right? So the more shell they can get, the bigger it gets, and the more electrons it has. So there's the same amount of protons and electrons, but what about the neutrons? Well, the protons and neutrons are usually the same, like 6 plus 6 is 12. We got basic math, but sometimes it can be different. Like let's say 8 plus 2, that equals 10. They're different, right? Hashtag, it's also called an isotope. It's called a hashtag isotope if it's different. Atom, we got one atom here, we got another atom here. You know what they can do together? They can combine like this, and they're like a ultra god right now. When 2 atoms combine, they're called a molecule. And also that's like H2O. That makes water. So H2O. There's 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. To help me remember, it's horses or octopuses. All matter is made out of atoms. And there's 4 types of matter, not 3, 4. So it's liquid, solids, gases, and plasma. Gases, the bonds are not held tightly together. So they're like this half of the time. Liquid, the particles are combined together, but they're not really in an orderly way, like a solid. So solids are tightly packed, and they're orderly, and they're super tightly packed, and like they kind of shake, but they don't move like liquids or solids. They don't kind of move like somewhere everywhere. They just kind of shake. Plasma, it's so hot that literally all the electrons and neutrons and protons literally separate. Well, yeah, the nuclei stays together, but everything else is like crazy like this. Plasma whizzes around like a crazy high speed like this. But I'm way more faster than that. I did put a bad example there. We're going to talk about the elements on the periodic table. We got the periodic table. But on the left side, there is going to be the most reactive to different materials. On the right side, it's like almost impossible. It's like, no, step it, like that basically. All the metals are on the left, and liquid gases are on the right. Period is a roadblock that goes straight across. across. If they're in the same row, they have the same electron shells as each other. Those rows, remember, are called periods. The columns that go up and down are called groups. If they're in the same group, they have the same electrons in their outer shell. Not the middle shell, not the inner shell, outer. So that's why they react the same, because the outer electrons in their shell. There's like a trillion stuff we can talk about, but we're just gonna cover one more thing to make it basic. Element has an elemental number. The elemental number is how many protons are in it. Elemental number is called the atomic number. Atomic one is the big bold one, so it has like giant numbers. Right next to it, it has the atomic mass number, which is different. Basically counts up the neutrons and protons, and it also counts how much mass it has. So there's something like chemical symbols, and there's gonna be like an H or a C in the middle of it. So the chemical symbol is the same all around the world, like a giant giant sphere. Yeah, you get the idea. So the name can be different all around the world. So Fe stands for iron because that is Latin for iron. But we call it iron. I hope you learn about matter, periodic table, and all about this video. Thank you a lot just for watching this video. You really support us. Thank you and goodbye.